Everybody, happy Thursday to you. What a nice end to the week. We are talking about temperatures continue to warm up outside. And notice the camera bouncing around a bit in downtown from the gusty winds of the south and southwest, already gusting over 25 miles per hour, and we'll likely see gusts of 35 to 40 in some areas later on today. So it's going to be windy, but pleasantly warm. We'll take it. 60 degrees now in Louisville, 56 at Fort Knox, 55 at E-Town. It's been warm all night. I think we only dropped to 58 for a low here in the city, so I doubt we'll go below 60 tonight. Just a few clouds off to the east this morning allow for a beautiful sunrise. Hope you got a chance to see that. But plenty of blue sky for a while. We will have some more clouds streaming in later on today, but in general, it is going to be a gorgeous looking day outside until our storm system to the west moves in as we head into the weekend. Now, it will kick up some severe weather potential with that. None today to worry about, and really tomorrow the focus will be to our west here. So here's the outlook from the Storm Prediction Center Friday. The green is marginal or level 1, slight is level 2, and then enhanced level 3, and you see all that's across Missouri, Arkansas, down Louisiana, and Texas. Now once we move into Saturday, that risk does move east, but notice the focus is a little more on the to the south and southeast versus right across the Ohio Valley. In fact, our area is highly conditional, is how they worded it, and I agree with that. It's a conditional kind of threat. It really just depends on whether or not the fuel will be there. The wind energy is going to be there. That isn't the problem. The problem is the fuel for these downpours. And the reason why that's a problem or an issue to begin with is that we have multiple waves of energy coming through, and it is so congested of a period of time on Saturday with so many different waves that it is going to be hard for the atmosphere to keep itself sustained to have fuel to produce thunderstorms, because every time it tries to, it gets knocked down again by another round of showers. So that's the issue that we'll have here on Saturday. Right now, again, we're all at level 1 or marginal. So here's how it looks. And I think this really gives a good setup on the model trends. Although the model cuts off at the end here on time frame, I apologize in advance, but you'll see what I'm talking about. First off, this afternoon will be fine. Tomorrow, there will be a narrow band. You barely saw there. Just a little area early tomorrow and midday that could provide for an isolated sprinkle just north of Louisville. I got a 10% chance to account for it. I don't think it's that big a deal at all. We will go warmer than what the model shows here. We'll go in the lower 80s. Then we head into Friday night, early Saturday. Now, that's when the severe weather you saw out in Missouri and Arkansas is ongoing. As it moves east, our dew points, our amount of moisture in the air along I-65 is not as plentiful as it is in western Kentucky at this point. So the thunderstorms will kind of just run out of fuel, run out of gas, if you will. So as they approach the area Saturday morning, I think they'll fall apart fairly quick. The debris clouds, what we call the cloud cover from them, that are kind of left over. So the rain falls apart, but the cloud cover kind of keeps going. That cloud shield may hold together. In fact, it likely will through at least the rest of the morning. But the rain coverage Saturday morning, I don't think it's going to be overly widespread or overly heavy at that. I think it'll be a fairly rapid kind of disintegration there. But then we have to keep an eye on the satellite image, because the cold front itself didn't come through. The cold front is still here. So that means as that first wave fades out to the east, we have another one that's going to ride up the cold front from the south and west as we head into Saturday afternoon. And when that second wave moves in, are we going to be unstable in advance of it in time for Saturday afternoon? And when you look at the models, you see at this point we're 2:30 in the afternoon. Now, Futurecast, it's hard to see. It's going mainly cloudy. All it takes is a few little peaks of sun, though, to kind of warm things up. You can see we got 70s on the map here in the afternoon. And here comes the wave. And this is where the threat will kick in. If we see anything severe, it will take place later Saturday afternoon. Look at the difference. Somerset 77, 63 in Louisville. So it's mainly a Kentucky issue of anything strong or severe that can develop. Indiana, I doubt anything would even be an issue for you guys. But right across central Kentucky, along the parkways, down to Lexington area, even in Louisville, got to see how much we can gain as far as fuel to produce those stronger thunderstorm wind gusts. Now, here's the other issue. As that blasts on by, whatever it is, strong or not, there is going to be another wave that will follow up that same path Saturday night. Now, some of the models try to take that second one and displace it by just a row of counties. That would help on rain totals. Now, this model sees out to about 4 a.m. on Sunday, and you can see it's indicating that the first round, and this is all the rounds combined, by the way, but the potential is there for about 1 to 2 inches, if not a little more, of rainfall. Mainly over Kentucky. Indiana, certainly lower amounts. Now, if there's a training effect that happens, if that second wave that's Saturday night into Sunday, if it were to pass right along the exact same spot as Saturday afternoon, which looks to be along I-65, then you're going to get some higher rain totals that are going to raise some eyebrows here, because as that training effect happens, you see the models going crazy with that. This is the Euro thinking close to 5 inches of rain could fall, and that would certainly lead to flash flooding. I do think this is an extreme idea for now, but the reason why I'm showing it is that I can't take that idea off the table of both of those rounds, Saturday afternoon and the overnight Saturday night one, of overlapping each other. Can't rule that out yet. Typically, when you get thunderstorms like that, though, there will be some displacement that will happen. It's rare to see them kind of take the same path when you're dealing with thunderstorms. So that's why I think the other idea is a little more accurate, which will put us roughly in a 1 to 3 inch potential range on this, which can still cause some problems, especially in central Kentucky. So that's the rainfall side of this whole ordeal. Severe threat, again, not very high. It's highly conditional whether or not we can get any severe weather to even happen at all. It would depend on the fuel. So I hope that all makes sense. Bear with us on the timing of this. I know you guys want to know, what about my area? What about this time? I have this event. It's hard to answer all those questions because it just depends on where you're at and what time of day you're talking about. But I think you get the idea that Indiana is going to luck out a lot better than Kentucky. Now, as we look down the road, we will see a cooler pattern Sunday to Monday, by the way, with a few snowflakes mixed in with the rain. Don't panic, though. It's not going to stick. There's one more weak system I don't have here, but it'll be around Thursday or Wednesday to Thursday of next week. An isolated shower. That leads us into thunder over Louisville weekend. Next weekend. Not this one, but the next one. And this system looks to be another strong one. And that's good in the sense that a stronger low pressure is going to move slower than a weak one will. So this one's going to really dig across the plains, which means it's going to have one heck of a warm front on the front end of that. And the timing could be perfect to allow for temperatures in the Ohio Valley to approach very close to the 80-degree mark as we head into thunder over Louisville and gusty winds. Now, eventually we'll have to deal with this. Some models bring this band of thunderstorms in thunder night, Saturday night. Some hold it off into Sunday. But just be aware that as of now, if the timing holds, thunder will be in a perfect spot in time periods to be on the warmer side of this. So we'll fine-tune it. Much more to talk about on that in coming days, but we got to get through Saturday's event first. Again, let me stress, not everybody will see severe weather on Saturday, and not everybody is going to get 3 inches of rain. It's highly conditional, but at least you are aware of the heads-up potential here of what could happen and what to watch for as you look at the radar trends on the way through these weather app. All right, much more later today with Tawana Andrew on Midday.